Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this video finds you. I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Figure Finds and Unboxing, we've got more Target clearance. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures, dude. Obviously, you can look and see, I don't have enough space to even fit all this in my camera. Target had their clearance on figures last week. I picked up a bunch on their app that were on clearance or on sale, whatever you want to call it. And then this week they've discounted the Legends figures, so you'll see I've picked up a few of those. And then they also continued, so they didn't have, originally they just had Mr. T discounted on the app, and then this week they also had him discounted in the store. So they're making room for those Jeff Hardys and their Roman Reigns figures, and they are clearancing Mr. T. I haven't seen any more Hogans, so those are pretty much out of Targets, at least in my area. So they got those Mr. T's out, and now we're full of Jeff Hardys and Roman Reigns. So it's only a matter of time before those get clearance as well. I did get Jeff Hardy from Wrestling Collector Shop a while ago on one of my unboxings. So I will get more Jeff Hardys. I like those torsos. I will definitely get any Ultimates I can to swap torsos, which I actually have a couple surprise Ultimates at the end, which maybe if you read the title for this whole video, you saw what they are. But I actually did a couple torso swaps. I was too excited to wait for Work in Progress Wednesday or anything, so I just went ahead and did it with some customs that I kind of had done already. So I will move some of this. We'll just go through this. I'll move it out of the way, and then I'll talk about my Ultimates. Be right back. Alright, so I got everyone unboxed here so we could just visualize a little bit, because obviously you couldn't see everything when I had all those boxes in the way. So in total, and actually you'll see I already used some of my Mr. T's that I had picked up. So in total, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 X-Pacs, and that was the one I wanted the most because I really wanted the double jointed arms, and I don't have any double jointed arms in that skin tone. He has the more tan skin tone, and I don't have any of those. I did want an extra one because on my shelf I have him in his DX Army gear that we see here. So I have the whole DX Army on my shelf, but I really like this attire, and the attire it goes with one of the Kane Elites we've gotten. I can't remember exactly which one, but they were teamed up for a while, and it looks really good next to that Kane. So I wanted to have an extra X-Pac, but then I also wanted all the extra arms to use for customs. And he also has the singlet mold, which I don't have a lot of those, a lot of spare, and just that whole figure is just great, great base for a lot of figures I would like to make. I picked up one Lex Luger. I don't have a lot of uses for him. Like it's a very general body, and it will get used. I might actually pick up more Lex Lugers if they drop more in price. The X-Pacs were $10.99. This Luger was $10.99, but at some stores he was still $16. I'm not going to pay that for an extra Luger. This is the one with the bigger arms, the running change, and I don't like the bigger arms. I'm not going to use those for a lot of people, I don't think so. I really just picked up this Luger when I did because Target's also, on top of the clearance, they're also having a deal where if you spend $50, you get $10 off. And then if you spend $100, you get $25 off. So I went to a couple Targets and used the $50 deal. And then also if you spend $50 within, I don't even know what time frame, if you spend $50 3 different times, you get $15 back in rewards. So I also got some rewards. So with all this clearance stuff, it was great, not couponing, but something like that. So then here I've got 3 Mr. T's, and I also had 3 Mr. T's I had bought earlier in the week and torso swapped immediately. So in total I got 6 Mr. T's, and then the Sergeant Slaughters came from Amazon. They were super discounted. I don't remember exactly, they like $12 or something each on Amazon. I don't remember, but I know I had some ideas in mind for the legs. That's really what I got it for, is the legs. There's a lot of guys that I've wanted to make that need that like short but big, like Dudleys. The Dudleys are what come to mind when I think of those pants. So I wanted some more of those. I just picked up a couple because I have made a bunch of Dudleys. Obviously, we've seen I've made the spike Dudleys I want, and the ECW Dudleys didn't wear pants like that. So I just picked up a couple, figured I'd have those. They were cheap. But yeah, so I've got 5 X-Pacs, I got 6 Mr. T's, 1 Lex Luger, 2 Sergeant Slaughters, and I will probably get more if I see more X-Pacs. They're coming home with me, just like all the Mean Mark figures came home with me. I got a lot of Edge figures, and I've seen so many. When I was going around, I saw so many of the Acolytes, so many Bradshaws, so many Farouks. Those will eventually come home with the figure dude as well. But I am going to pause for a second, and when I come back, I will have the 3 figures that I torso swapped. All right, like I said, I torso swapped immediately. I knew exactly what I was gonna do when I got my first 3 Mr. T's, and as you can see here, I've got the Prince Puma Velveteen Dream, which obviously we know about the allegations. We know he's probably not coming back to WWE, but I had this custom done. So I actually had painted the custom. I used the Andrade Elite, and back when he was still with the company, I had painted this up, and it was okay, but then if you look closely, so like I haven't touched it up. It's not completely finished, but I'm probably not gonna do a work in progress Wednesday with it just because. But at the time, I'd put a lot of effort into it. I wanted to torso swap it because it's gonna be on my shelf. I wanted to make it look as cool as I could. So I've still got a little bit to do with that, but I swapped the torso on, and we've got my Booker T's as well. So I guess I could take off the extras, so you can kind of get a better look of it. I'll do the same with Booker. I'll take the belt off, but I really like this Ultimate torso. I think it works really, really well because it's not super jacked, and we have seen that with a lot of other Ultimates where it's just huge, but I think this one looks really good. I've wanted a different, let's zoom a little bit. So I've wanted a different torso for the Elite Booker T's, and you can see both of these are customs. So I need to touch them up. I just painted the logos on the back. And these are both kind of like WCW Bookers. So yeah, I gotta touch those up. Been on the shelf for a while. I've had these in my collection for a while. Come on. Okay, anyway. So it's really the Booker T legs with the Mr. T torsos, and with the amount of Booker T's we've gotten, I feel like we've gotten a few lately. At least I got the WrestleMania one, the WrestleMania 19 one. Maybe I'm just remembering wrong, but I have a bunch of swappable glove Booker T hands, so I was excited to be able to utilize those. I've got the wrist gauntlets on him, swappable arms. I mean, I'm not going to swap those out, but I think this torso fits Booker T way more. He was a big dude, but he wasn't like the super jacked, like ripped up torso that they do use for him. I don't hate that. I think it's fine because Booker T was a big guy, but I think this torso captures him a little bit better. You can see, so this one is based on like his end of WCW, and then this was his like Invasion look. So, which actually this one in the white was on Work in Progress Wednesday. I had just fixed up the legs, so he's gone on a full transformation on this channel, not even gotten his own episode. But I have a bunch of Booker T's. I'll probably just do a figure review with Booker T soon, where I just look at all of the Booker T's I have, because I have most of the like official releases of him, but I have a ton of customs of him because Booker T is one of my favorites, and there's so many looks that we have not gotten. Like, we've mostly just gotten King Booker, and we did get the Harlem Heat, which is where this head is from, but there's a lot of Booker T that we have not gotten. I'm surprised we haven't gotten more in the Legends line. We're getting the Ruthless Aggression one, but that's his NWO, which was like a single episode of Raw. Like, it wasn't long that he was in the NWO, I'm pretty sure he like joined them and then turned his back on them that night. I could be remembering wrong. I was only like 10, but yeah. So these are what I torso swap with. This was a great week of figure finds, unboxings, whatnot, and there's more to come. I've got my Ultimate Macho came in. I'm waiting on, as I record this, as I speak and record this, I'm waiting on the No Holds Barred set as well. That should be here soon, and I've got a bunch of stuff pre-ordered. So like I say, we got a lot coming in. I'm excited. I love doing unboxings. It's one of my favorite things to watch. I have a lot of fun. Anyway, please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that fun stuff. And remember, you cannot buy happiness, but you can buy figures. Figure Dude